Hello everyone, this is Rabab Alma, a licensed marriage and family therapist and international life coach, and I have a special guest with me today. This is my daughter Lamis, and we're gonna talk today about back to school, back to college, how to deal with stress, all of this. Lamis is a rising senior. She's studying biomedical engineering, and she's gonna be back to school like in a week or so. So I thought it would be a good idea to get her thoughts on college and back to school and dealing with stress. And okay, so while people are joining us, I'm gonna share this live with my other page, and tell us where are you joining us from. And tell me in your comment, do you have stress? Are you stressed because school is approaching around the corner? Or how do you feel about it? So Lamis.
Yes. Thanks for having me, Mama.
Thank you for being on the show with me. Thank you for your support.
Of course, always.
So yes, that's true. So tell me, how do you prepare mentally to go back to school or to college? How do you prepare for that in terms of what's lying ahead of you?
Okay. Well, I think I approached it differently as an incoming freshman than I do now. I think when I came in as a freshman, I obviously didn't really know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that it would be difficult. It would be more difficult than college. But I think you are aware of that, and you are... like you can only prepare yourself to a certain degree. And then I think once I got there, I was like, okay, I'm probably not going to be the smartest one at school. I have to just accept that, and then be able to just like perform and do as best as I can. And I think now the way that I approach it is, I think it's now my 4th time, which is crazy to think about. But I think
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, time flew so fast. I can't believe that you are now in your 4th year.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think that the way I go about now is I feel like I just take it as it comes. I don't think I think too much about it beforehand. I know, like, I think even last semester and the semester before that, I thought it was going to be hard, but I don't think you really understand how hard it is until you're actually within it, and your capability is a lot more than your threshold can go up a lot more than you think,
So you adapt.
For sure. Yeah.
So, what tips can you give to freshmen?
I would say don't set your expectations too high. Don't think you're going to get all A's. I just don't think that's, like, I mean, if you do, kudos to you, but I feel like if you have a 4.0 in college, you're doing something wrong. And I remember when I came as a freshman, I did a pre-orientation program, and they told us, like, if you are getting a 4.0, then you're not really getting a breather. All you're doing is studying, and that's not what college is for. College is a whole experience, being able to learn about your life, learn about yourself. And it's I mean, obviously you're going there for an education, but there's more to college than just studying.
Absolutely. So again, I am here with my daughter Lamis. We're talking about the back to school, back to college. She's a rising senior, and I thought it will be a good idea to have her on the show to provide tips not only for college or for students going back to school or college, also for parents, because it can give you a perspective from a college student on how they feel about it and how to deal with it. So how about stress? How do you deal with stress?
I don't think I dealt with stress very well my freshman year.
Yeah, I remember that.
I think over the years I've tried to, I mean, I list everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have like every class, and then I'll have all my assignments, and once it gets really stressful, I'll plan my calendar by the hour, which I think is a little excessive, but when you have a lot of work to do, there was a time when I had 3 exams in 1 week, plus a paper, plus a homework assignment. And the only way that you can cope with that is by making a plan and making sure you like allot your time accurately so that you can finish everything. So I think my calendar has been my best friend, along with making lists. And then I think also knowing that what you're capable of. I know that I can get something done. So knowing that and this took me a very long time to learn, but that stress is a choice, which sounds simple, but in reality, like once you actually conceptualize and let that sink in, and I still feel like I'll think that sometimes and be able to control my stress, and other times I'll be like a mess. So I think it's just a matter of like, I guess, having a reminder. So that's why I have you. But being able to just constantly be aware of that, like, you know, being able to plan your day, being able to plan your week, and then knowing what's on the horizon. I know, like, the first week of classes, when I get my syllabi, I write down every exam date on my calendar. So I'm always aware of what's to come. So I'm never surprised by anything.
So thank you again for whoever, everyone is joining us. Again, this is Rabab Alma, licensed marriage and family therapist and international life coach. And I am here with my daughter, Lamis. She's a rising senior. We're talking about back to school stress and some tips to parents or children, students, to cope with stress and strike a balance. Share this video. Someone needs to listen to this and take a note of how to deal with stress and back to school anxiety, if you will. So I do remember, Lamis, when we were in freshman, I think for you to be able to manage the stress, you decided that to have like Friday, a no study night, just for you to, you know, have that you know, that break on certain nights, so you are not gonna study, you are just gonna enjoy your time with your friends or enjoy the city.
Yeah, so I implemented that my sophomore year after I realized that freshman year I just wasn't doing it right. I think you think that you're studying all the time and that you're gonna get good results, but I felt like the opposite. I was studying so much, but I didn't really see any positive results coming out of it. So yeah, every Friday, doesn't matter if I have an exam on Monday or what's going on, Friday night I'll always take off. Sometimes I can also take Thursday night off, but it just depends on what my schedule is, but always Friday night. So that makes me like, I mean, I want to, you know, have friends and enjoy my time with them while I have limited time left. So being able to maximize my time throughout the weeks and making time for my friends is important.
So let's dig a little bit deeper. In some of the colleges, especially the school you are in, people will have this, they call it this phase that everything is okay and everyone is, and you're able to manage it. And then you realize that people are not really managing with this stress really well, and there are some mental health issues and some stressors. What do you do in this kind of cases, and with yourself or with your friends, when you see they're really going through difficulties and
not showing it?
Not showing it.
I think that's a phenomenon in a lot of schools. I know for my school it's very also prevalent. People putting on this persona that everything is fine, when in reality, like, you don't know how many hours they spent studying, or how many, like, they'll say, oh, this homework was easier, this exam was so simple, and it makes other people feel really bad. But when in reality they spent hours studying, or they struggled on the exam, and they're just trying to make themselves look better, and it's all just for the image. But I think that I've just tried to be honest with myself and with my friends, and if I need help, I'll go to my professors or go to office hours, and always have study groups and like friends to contact. That's been really important. And I feel like people who I think are toxic, or an environment that doesn't really help me feel better about myself and about my studies, are people who I shouldn't be like surrounding myself with a lot. So that's something that I've been trying to implement. And I feel like honesty, like, I'm not a fan of this whole, oh, I'm doing 100% okay. If I'm feeling like crap, I'm gonna tell you. And I think that it's just a matter of being honest with yourself, because if you're honest out loud, then you'll internalize and like, okay, I'm not feeling good right now, I'm stressed, how can I deal with this, rather than just like internalizing everything and then like you know, exploding.
So what you're saying is a matter of like managing and the mindset you have, and surrounding yourself with positive people, and just extracting yourself from the environment that you don't feel comfortable with or supported by. That's important. And I think in every campus they do have like mental health centers or to support people. Do you think that's usually helpful for students?
I don't know. I feel like there's stigmas associated with them, and I mean, I've gone, and they've been helpful to an extent, but I think at the end of the day, you need to be around people who you're comfortable with talking to. So like if you need serious help, then obviously get a professional's aid. But I think having a good support system, whether it be through your friends or your parents or anyone, I think it's beneficial, or a professor or like some advisor on campus. I found that like there's like a religious center like on our campus, and people go to the chaplains, and even if they're non-denominational, so it doesn't matter what religion you are, and they're always helpful to talk to. So I think it's just a matter of surrounding yourself with the right people, and then not I don't necessarily know if going to these, like if you're not comfortable going to a mental health center, there are other ways to make sure you're getting the proper help or getting the proper support.
So it's a matter of seeking help when you need it.
Yeah.
And acknowledging and be aware of how you feel, what you're doing, and then don't just try to delay it and shove it under the rug and see that I don't have any problem, and then you're faced with your issues, and sometimes it will interfere with your academics, for instance. So how do you deal also with stress, like if you have a lot of assignments, exams, and everything is due in a couple of days, and you don't have time, and maybe your computer is not working or something is
Sounds awful.
It happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it happened. So what do you do in this case?
Well, I would make a list. I feel like it's so easy to get bogged down with all your work. So as I said, it's making sure you have time management. And even if you personally don't have time management, there are centers on campus that can help you with your time management. So I feel like you have to get over your pride and just get the help that you need, because obviously everyone's smart at school. You have really intelligent people around you, but like everyone needs help sometimes. So I think just embracing when you need help is I think the overall theme of college. Like seek help when you need it.
And how does that help when it comes to your confidence? When you want to feel confident that you are doing the right thing, or achieving well in your exams, or doing well and achieving that balance, if you will.
I think to have confidence, you need to kind of be in control. And so I feel like having a control of your schedule, having a control of your assignments, being aware of yourself and what your needs are, and being able to walk with pride and just carry yourself properly. That's what I feel like innately makes you more confident. You want to be confident in your knowledge when you take an exam. You want to be confident when you deal with your peers, with your professors. So it's just a matter of understanding what your surroundings are, being confident in yourself, and not being too prideful to go get help. You need to maintain that confidence and that desire to learn, and not be nervous or scared of people's reactions.
How about being aware of your own self and your own feelings, and what's going on inside of you? I think that will also promote confidence, because if you know, and you know yourself, and you know what's your limitation, and what you're capable of and what you are not capable of, and then seek help or delegate when it's something that you can delegate. Like for instance, if you have a group or something, and you know that each person has a strength, and each people have weaknesses, so you kind of delegate what's applicable to each person. Do you think that help with your assignments and your confidence and your confidence that things will get achieved?
Oh yeah, I think the problem is sometimes you can, especially in a group project, you can want to do everything yourself. I know that's the person I am. But I feel like as I've gotten into upper level engineering courses, that's just not possible. If you want to get all your work done, you need to make sure everyone puts their fair share in. So I feel like also having confidence in your group, and then being able, I feel like being successful in any field, you have to be able to delegate, and have to be able to just know what your weaknesses and strengths are. And that takes I feel like confidence as well, knowing what your strengths and weaknesses are, just embracing okay, I can't work on this. Can you please do this? I'm really good at this. I'll take care of it. So confidence in what your abilities, I think will help.
Acknowledging what you are good at, and what you are not good at,
Yeah.
and being comfortable with this.
Yeah, it's okay to not be good at everything.
You're not gonna be good.
There's
at
a reason.
everything.
There's a reason why they're different people for different functions.
Absolutely.
It's because you need to bring a group together that can do well.
Yeah. So, what final thoughts do you have for people who are going to college or to school. I know you're a rising senior now in college, but how about you remember when you were in high school?
Mm.
So
Seems like ages ago.
yeah, what thoughts do you have, or what tips can you give to people who are going to still in high school?
For college?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say don't rush high school. I feel like a lot of times and I know I was the same way, like constantly thinking about, and there are people who are not that way as well, but like constantly thinking about the future. And I feel like you should live in the moment. I don't necessarily, like I feel like I could have lived in the moment more. We were obviously always thinking about being successful and, you know, going into a career that's, you know, the best that it can be. But I think just knowing that everything will take its due course, and then knowing that you'll end up with what's best for you. I know the application process is stressful and you don't know where you're going to go, but I feel like everything is meant to be will be. So that's like my motto in life. So I think that
Like live in the moment.
Yeah, don't be too overwhelmed and stressful. It's a stressful time. But like I would say, take it one piece at a time. Try to get your applications done early so then you can enjoy the rest of your senior year. And then when you get to college, I would say cherish it, because I feel like my first 3 years flew by, and I like wish I kind of sucked in more of it. And now I have 1 year left, and it's very bittersweet. But
yeah, I can't believe it. It's like they flew by. So
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's so fast. It's flew by.
yeah. Even though like inshallah I'm gonna get my master's, but it's gonna be different because all your friends and your peers are gone.
It's gonna be graduate, like
Yeah.
different,
Yeah.
different, like
Yeah.
yeah.
But you'll meet new people, right?
Yeah. So it's always be open to meet new people.
Yeah.
And extend yourself and getting out of your comfort zone, if
Yeah.
you will.
Yeah. And I think I would say my last piece of advice would be my junior year of high school. One of my teachers instilled the word balance in me, and I have kept that with me throughout my college. So I don't think I necessarily was successful in that my freshman year, but I tried to implement it more as I progressed. And I think that's been a key component of my happiness in college.
So thank you, Lamis.
Thank you for having me.
For being with us. If you like this video,
Oh, hi, Maria.
oh yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. If you like this video, hit like and share this video. I will post also a link to the YouTube channel that this video will be posted on. And if you want to reach me, you can contact me via this link that I have, Speak with Rabab, and via my website. And throughout this month, we're going to talk about confidence. Mm-hmm. And thank you, Lamis, for being part of it and being so supportive. And you will be missed when you go back to school.
Oh, I miss you.
Yeah, it's kind of like bittersweet for the parents also, because I mean, you get used to your children with you throughout the summer, and then you have to readjust now when they go back and they're not with you, and it's kind of different dynamic, and you need to get used to it and adjust it. And
Sorry, I'm reading Mariam's comments and I'm dying.
Yeah, hey Mariam, how are you? Yeah, we missed you. So yeah, it's a kind of like also it's an adjustment for the parents, you know. So you know, it's like it hits you. It hits the parent when you are in freshman, because everything is different. You are used to the children always with you, and then suddenly now they are not with you. They are studying. They are busy. They are adults, and you really need to take a step back and kind of like let them be. So that's a huge adjustment for the parent, and for them to look into, because our job as parents actually to prepare these students to be productive members of the community and society, you know, as a whole. So you don't want them just to be chained to you. So it's a kind of like, also like you were talking about the balance. Mm-hmm. It's also balance for the parents and still keeping that connection. Mm-hmm. And so it's just an amazing journey to keep going, discovering yourself and your child throughout the journey. So thank you again for joining us. Thank you, Mariam. We miss you too. And if you like this video, please hit like, share it, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you'd like to contact me, please contact me through the website or through the Speak with Rabab link, and I will be happy to connect with you. Thank you.
Awesome, you guys.
You're awesome. Thank you, and I wish you a wonderful weekend. Bye.
Bye.